I'm not gonna lie to you. Once I just like scrubbed my whole history or bookmarks or cookies or whatever of it.
Yeah.
Unfollowed any pages or whatever. Yeah. I don't miss it, man.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't. I don't miss it. Like,
do you think you noticed the effects it was having, or not?
Do you know? I would just say all it did is it just made man wanna beat more.
Yeah.
But not in a natural way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it made man feel like, okay, today I might have, done my thing. You know what I mean? And then.
I'm hyped to be here though. I'm just happy to be here, man.
We're
gonna tap in, man.
I'm just doing a little bit of a live.
Like you like a star to be, bro. Like watch you on Instagram, like you like you're a star to be. So I just had to let you know that.
This is all
real shit, bro.
No, so all it did is it just warped my feelings. So then I'll be with my girl, and obviously my girl's leng. So I'm looking at her like raw, like like why have you done nothing today? Then tomorrow it's like raw, like why? And I started to. Obviously, this is like not in a rude way, but I'm just saying what I started to feel like the lustful feeling, innit? Yeah. As I said, 6 months after that, kind of dropping out that I don't miss it at all, man.
Yeah,
like you just don't.
Yeah. And I feel like it messes up like your social skills too. Like you're not like really sociable with people. Yeah, you're not there. You're not present in the moment. So control,
bro. This the thing.
Yeah.
Scrap all of that, because I know people probably tune into this episode like, bro, why them man talking about corn addiction and that, yeah? Right about now, back again, just like that, More to the Ends podcast, myself, Big Cam, not by myself in the building, never by myself in the building. Who else we got in the building?
Mr Sofargone himself, you can find me on Instagram, Mr Positive Vibes, good energy. Yeah, man. My friend, and in my neighborhood, my friends call me Diddy. Like that's like my nickname. Yeah. I got it from. No, I don't.
I was gonna say
I don't. As you get older, you realize you got to create your own identity. You know. So yeah, when I was younger, I got it from Baron Davis. If you know the basketball player Baron Davis, they used to call him B Diddy.
Okay, cool.
And because my name is Brandon, my last name's D, so they used to say B Diddy. Then they call me Diddy. So yeah, so far going on Instagram, we here. Good energy, positive vibes. I'm just excited to be here, bro.
First of all, shout out to the whole GDG camp.
Oh, big time. Shout
out to everyone.
Yes.
Even the editors that I don't even know.
Yes.
Yeah, they are. Shout out to everyone, because that's where the connection.
Yeah, that's how we build this connection. Yeah.
But after that, I have to say, before you came in, I was telling Benga, your energy, like you said. What did you say? What did I say to you, Benga? Mr. Positive. Yeah. Good energy, like it takes one to know one.
Facts.
And sometimes like you meet people and you're like, nah, like I like that brother. I didn't even get to talk to him for too long.
Yeah.
But his energy was genuine. It was respectful. And you hit me up before you was coming here and you said, yo, I'm gonna come through to London, like it'd be cool if we link up again.
Yeah.
And there was no way that I was not gonna.
Fact. Appreciate that.
There's no way you could come to the ends.
Yeah. The ends, I love it.
Them. Do you get it? So yeah, man, we got Brandon, GDG, Mr Sofargone in the building. Yeah, we're gonna talk up some positive energy things.
Yeah,
I do have my notes. I was prepped for you today.
Oh, of course,
but before I get into it, do you want to grab your Magnum? Because I did get you the Magnum. It's in the.
Oh yeah, I'll take a shot.
Yeah. I was gonna say, a shot. It's only a little.
When you say Magnum, it just be crazy.
Oh, because you lot
at home, it's like
so for the Yanks out there, For the Yanks, a Magnum is obviously a Jimmy. Like it's exactly. But obviously, that's what we mean, innit? So don't pause the thing. It's not mad like that.
Well, it's good to be here too, man. Like when I met you guys the first time, and I noticed one thing. I noticed something about you. Consistency. Every time I'm on Instagram, I see you doing new videos. You outside. You're a journalist. You outside asking questions.
I'm trying,
and that inspires me. I'm inspired by people. Yeah. You know, sometimes we get caught up in the idea of views and likes and fame. My thing is, anybody that's consistent at their craft and that's trying to do things inspires me every single time. So shout out to you guys.
How can you respect for that? Big respect. How can you hate on a man for trying? And as I always reiterate, coming from the backgrounds that a lot of people that may be watching this podcast come from, what have we got to lose? Man started from nothing.
Yeah.
I've got everything to gain, bro. You get it? So respect for even you saying that, like verbally, like saying that to man, that you see man stuff. You see that, as you said, I'm outside sometimes. Maybe it might be a clip. It might just be another episode.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, but you see that we're just pushing and trying to do.
And people think that like creating content is just like this easy thing. Nah, there's work behind it.
Do you know what's hilarious? Yeah? I literally 90% of what you said we were speaking about before you came into this room.
Universe.
Verbatim.
The universe connected it.
Am I lying, Ben? Verbatim, I said, the view stuff. I said, your reach to people.
Yeah.
How people think doing podcasts or shows or whatever is so easy. Yeah, you just turn on the camera and talk. But does your conversation flow? Are you even making sense? Is it even on brand? Is it even on topic?
The scheduling, the meeting up, the editing. There's so much that goes behind it. People tend to forget.
But to do these things, you have to have a positive mindset.
Facts.
So before we get into your positive mindset, tell the people about where you're from, like your background, your ethnicity, how you grew up. Talk to the people about that before, like, so they can get a little idea of
insight. So I'm from Chelsea, Manhattan. It's a small Chelsea, Manhattan. Shout out to Chelsea, the team out here.
I was gonna say, is that in where you're from? Is that like an affluent area? Or is it?
Yeah. It's the funny thing is I literally live 4 blocks away from Madison Square Garden.
Okay.
So I grew up in the projects over there. It's very gentrified. So you have small projects, and then you have $1 million condos across the street. So there's a lot to go, like psychologically, like there's a lot to go on with that, because it's like you're in the projects, and then when you cross the street, you can't afford to actually be across the street, right? You can't afford the food that's across the street. You can't afford the apartments that's across the street. And then you come back to the project. So sometimes people don't realize that that's a psychological warfare that we had to face when we were younger.
Bro.
You know what I mean?
Across the street.
Right across the street. You walking into certain pizza spots and they looking at you like, why you here? You trying to walk into certain restaurants, or you and your friends are walking by, you think like, yo, one day I want to eat in there. They're like, nah, we can't afford it now. Them white people not gonna like us. And these are the things that we was trained to think as we was younger. And then you dealing with project stuff. You know, obviously there's mental health issues. As I got older, I realized it is mental health issues. And not just because people live in a project, they're bad people. There's a lot of psychological things that go on, you know, growing up in low income housing.
Bro, it's not normal for like 10 people to be living in a 2-bedroom apartment.
Yeah, then you got someone here. You're going to leave your house. You see people in the staircase on drugs. You see syringes, you know, on top of like that.
Condoms in the corner.
All crazy things at a young age.
Like,
you know what I mean?
the stairs. Like,
sometimes people see bodies, you know, randomly. It's a lot.
Chicks getting whatever in the corner. Yeah, it's kind of mad still.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't have to go through my backstory because it mirrors yours. It's virtually the same and different stuff in it. But what's your? I always ask this to especially Black Americans.
Yes,
you lot are funny with this. Yeah, what's your cultural background? Like, do you know if you're like Puerto Rican or Jamaican or Asian? Or
my mom is Puerto Rican, and I'm Black. But at the end of the day, we're all Black.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's one of my little pet peeves with Americans. Yeah, that, like you lot will be like,
there's a divide. I hate it. There's a divide, but no, I'm a melanated man.
All right, cool.
You know what I mean?
Cool. All right, cool. So then, I do have to ask. Then, what do you have brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I got an older brother, which shout out to my brother's house that came the last time, GDG, and I have a younger sister.
Okay, cool. So what was that? So you're the middle one.
I'm the middle one, and I got a younger brother. My pops ended up having a kid like
I'm
4 or 5 years ago.
One as well. So
middle child.
What was that like as the middle child growing up in that?
I feel like honestly, me being the middle child, I feel like I'm the guide that no one pays attention to. You know, I feel like I play a major role within.
I'm the glue, that's what I call it.
Yeah. I'm the like my brother's in his own lane, my sister's in his own lane. I'm still to this day at 32 years old, I'm trying to figure out how to bring these lanes together and build something within family, like build a family structure within ourselves. So yeah, I feel like I'm the guide. I'm the guide.
That is very interesting because I think I only started to understand family structure and what being the middle child or the older child of maybe my mum and my dad's kids.
Yeah.
Because obviously, in black families, it gets blended and all of that.
Yeah, I know.
But then being a little brother to my older brother, who's only my brother through my mum.
Yeah.
I only started to realize how that affects me or shaped me as a person when I was like 20, like 2021. Before that, you just live.
What was it that happened that you hit that switch?
Well, to be honest, all that happened was I started. So do not adjust your sets. As you can see, like I'm a very strong, well-built man. Do you know what I mean? I work out.
God bless.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Young black kings and whatnot. But,
I'm getting there.
Yeah, no, everyone's doing their thing, innit? But like around that period, I had a bit of an epiphany of like, I need to make sure that I'm self-developing, training better, getting into shape, all this stuff. And that also went to intellectually, I realized, right, like you need to be reading, you need to understand more about family and where you come from and all the stuff. And I started to realize, hold on a minute. How did, so my older brother Rick, shout out to my brother Rick, he wasn't born in this country, but I started to understand how that came about before I existed in a way. Then I started to realize, okay, like I said, I'm the older brother to my younger brothers. There's four of us.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Shout out to my other brother.
All brothers.
Yeah, all brothers.
Wow.
Even my dad. I got another brother in Jamaica. Shout out Robert as well.
Okay.
He's like
Shout out to Robert.
older.
Okay.
But
yeah,
I started to realize when my dad wasn't around, and I assumed this father figure role, why I did that, and the sense of responsibility it gave me. But what it also did, which my girlfriend made me realize, it stopped me in a kind of bad way from being selfish. So I wasn't feeding and pouring into myself as a person to develop. I was just like, I need to make sure my little brothers are cool. I need to make sure they're not getting into nothing. I need to make sure, like, everything was about everyone else. And then I realized you need to develop yourself, because it's all great wanting to give everyone £100, but if you have zero, then you can't give anything.
And you
to
found
anyone.
the dope things that you found it at such a young age. You caught that. 20's a good age.
Yeah, but this is the other part. I don't know if you've ever got this, but like sometimes people meet me and my older brother Rick, and he's like 7 years younger, but he looks like younger than me. But also our personality, a lot of people would think I'm an older brother. So I usually get the thing of like, how many kids do you have in that? Like they just assume these things. I'm like, I don't have any kids. Well, you speak quite like an older person.
You're very mature. Like your energy.
So that's just kind of like a whirlwind of all of this stuff that happened, and then just went on a bit of a little journey and realized like, okay, I understand why I did that before, but now as I've got older, like especially like nowadays, I'm really conscious of trying to put what I want to do in my life first. And obviously my immediate family and friends and whatnot. But just being aware, like, don't try and get to yourself like seventh on the list of stuff to sort out. I don't know if you've experienced that type of stuff.
Do you ever feel like the black sheep? Like look, first of all, you create content, you do all these things. Man. Sometimes that's looked upon like, here we go, you're doing this again.
Do you know what's funny? So I was the one that when mum or dad is doing something crazy, I was the one that's gonna say, you're moving mad.
Okay.
And then
you speak up.
And then everyone's gonna go, keep it on the hush, don't make it a big. Nah, I've got to say, like, we can't all pretend like they got it right. They didn't get it right. So that's the black sheep stuff. Kind of starts from there.
Okay,
like I was the one that would just call out certain things, even at my own detriment. Even if it means my mum's gonna kick me out for this week or whatever it is. I'm gonna be honest and say, nah, like I don't respect that or I don't rate that or whatever. So kind of, but then I'm not gonna try and like sell to the people that like I've had all of these crazy hardships, because my little brothers have had their own their own experiences. Yeah, their own experiences. Yeah. And you know what's also funny, Brandon, you start to realise, remember, you're looking at it through your lens, innit? Like
perspective.
It would be interesting to like see how my brothers think about me.
You know, it would be dope, a podcast with all of you.
Well, we've done.
Oh, you've done with all of you?
No, that's what I'm gonna say. We've done it with my older brother Rick and my younger brother Jordan. Okay, but we haven't done it with my baby brother Malachi as well. But we can do that one day.
Yeah, that I would definitely tune into that because that's interesting because it's masculine energy. It's Olia, and a lot of us as men sometimes we got egos. We don't want to be wrong. Well, I was so tough with that, man. See, so egos, the enemy.
So this goes back to what I was saying about like learning family dynamics, being the younger brother, but sometimes being looked at as an older brother. Mm-hmm. My older brother was attractive, played soccer, but football. Mm-hmm. Got girls. Yeah. Like, he was a guy. Okay. I didn't grow up like that. I grew up the polar opposite. Yeah. But what that did do is that helped me to be well-rounded. Yeah. So I had to develop my personality and learn how to talk to girls. Learn how to be funny, learn how to read the room, learn how to play to my strengths. Mm-hmm. Some people would look at it and be like, oh, like, so why didn't you feel like envious or didn't you fight with your brother? I've never had a fight with my older brother ever. Like, not once. Like, but back to what you're saying about masculine energy, when I got with my girlfriend, I didn't really get this period stuff. I didn't. Oh. Yeah, I didn't.
How old were you? Like,
no, well, like, don't get.
But you mean like the moods?
Well, all right. So bearing in mind, yeah. Remember, I'm saying my girl. So this is like I'm with you. We're rolling every day. And that. Yeah. Before, obviously, you deal with girls, but you don't
deal with them in that sense. I got you.
So when I got with her, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm on whatever," and I'm like, "Okay, cool, whatever that means." Yeah. So I'm playing video games, whatever, and she's moving mad, and I'm just like, "What's this about?" Like. Get your shit together. And then their mum's like, nah, Cam, this is not. Yeah. It doesn't. She's going through stuff and.
Interesting. Like,
you need to understand and accommodate it. Yes. And then I was like, yeah, but she doesn't move like this towards her boss. So why is she moving like this towards her? Do you know what I mean? But no, I love it. But I'm just saying.
Hilarious because I grew up with my mom and my sister in the house, so I understand that. So I already knew by the time relationships started coming around, I get into that dating phase. I understood. Oh wow, okay.
It's just boys, and then my cousins more boys.
Yeah,
Like, we've got female cousins, but very few. You know what I mean? My sister's side is the opposite. She's got loads of.
Yeah. Like, do you feel like now at this stage, do you got women figured out?
So I do. This fucking guy. I don't. Do you know what I was saying? I don't think any man has any woman figured out, but I definitely have a better understanding as to why they may move the way that they move. Yeah, because like they're not physically stronger than us, so they can't like physically restrain us. So psychologically, they have to be on point to a certain level to really get through to us, if you get what I'm saying.
Agreed.
Like, shout out to my missus. She's a large part of why I'm here talking to you.
Fire.
Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. Whereas with us, as guys, we might just be like, oh, like, if you want to do it, go for it, man. Like,
that's how we are.
Half-assed, like, not really.
Yeah, that's how we are.
Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, man.
They're more emotional. We're more, like, logical,
naturally. Yeah. But they're, like, the ones that really tap into it. Yeah. And as I said, like, use their femininity and... like, speak with a certain grace. Like, I always say to my girl that her aura, she's attractive, but aside from being attractive, her aura is so powerful that, like, younger girls may see her and just be like, and you know this as well, ladies don't really give ladies compliments randomly. No. Like, they don't really do that.
You don't see that often.
Exactly. But she will get those compliments. Like, and especially younger ladies will be like, oh, like, your nails are so nice, or your hair's so nice. Dope. So I always say to her, like, your aura is very powerful, and that's probably, well, it's not probably.
Yeah, and it rubs off on you.
That's what rubs off on me as well.
I want to say something real quick. Back to like the black sheep situation. Maybe that's the wrong like word, because sometimes we say words and we don't really know what it means, and we could be spelling ourselves with words. I feel like it's the light, right? And I feel like in my situation with like my brother and my sister, I feel like I have like a lot of vision, and my problem is sometimes I have the message, but I may not be the messenger for them. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many different ideas of where we can head with certain things, and I've tried to jam it down my brother and my sister, and at times they're not listening to me because I'm not the messenger, but I do have the message.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's like you might say something, like, I've experienced this. I'll say something, my girl's like, I don't know, Cam. I feel like you're just saying it because you're my guy, and da-da-da. And her sister will say virtually the same thing, and she'll be like, yeah, do you know what? Yeah, you've got it spot on. I know what I need to do now.
Exactly. You have the message. Like, you just wasn't the messenger.
Babe, I did say that. And she's like, yeah, but yeah. You know what I mean?
That happens often. Not just with family, just with friends and everything. But it's a part of being us.
That's what I was gonna say. That I think as you get older, you start to realize you ain't always gonna be right. Like even as you said, we've got the message, so we believe. Yeah. But the message might not have needed to be delivered at that time or in that way or to that person.
Or even from you.
Or from you. Or whatever it is. Do you get what I'm saying?
You're
so
right.
this is very true.
It took some time for me to accept that.
That's what I'm saying.
You would get frustrated like, yo, I'm telling you, I'm trying to explain to you this is right there. And then like, I don't see that. And then someone else would say it and then they'll see it. And I would get frustrated, but I realized I had to take a step back. And this one, like meditation and awareness came into play for me. Bro, and I understood.
I think self-awareness, yeah. Whew. Actually, I'll do this because I was going to save this question for many other pods, but I might even make this a recurring question. Yeah. What's your superpower in regards to stuff like that, self-awareness or whatever it is? What's your superpower? What do you think it is?
I'm extremely optimistic. I'm extremely optimistic. Like,
like even to maybe to a delusional point.
To the point I'm delusional. Yeah. Because I feel like everybody has light inside of them. I feel like everybody, and I'm actually writing a book right now, and that's like one of the chapters, balls of light. When I see people, is weird, but I just see light, and that's why I'm able to come in the room and I'll see you, and I seen JR, and I seen light. Anybody I walk across, I just see light, even if they're in a dark place. And sometimes I can pick up on that as we're having conversation, but I know that there's light inside of you. I know it.
No cap, man got a little bit of goosebumps, because I get this. All right, so did you ever come to a point, where you think to yourself, am I going crazy, or is it this real that I can genuinely pick up on certain cues of people? I can observe certain things. Like you said, I can see someone walk past me and go, oh, they're having a bad day, man. Yeah. And to someone else, they're just carrying their work bag and just getting on the bus or whatever.
And when you explain that to me, they're like,
don't you think you're reading into it too much?
Because I realize a lot of people are so self-absorbed with their own issues that they're not able to step outside and see your perspective. Like me talking to you right now, I'm sitting here talking to you, bro, but my perspective is over there watching us. To be real with you.
I hate you.
And I'm always thinking like, and I'm paying attention to everything. But more of like a spiritual thing, bro. I can't even, it's hard to explain.
No, it's not, because it's called the magic glasses.
I gotta tap you up for that one.
We're gonna I might have to get our editor to do a spud count on this one.
Okay.
Because we just done like But so the magic glasses, I forgot who I came across that said it, but they said once you put on the magic glasses, you can't unsee stuff. Yeah. And that's kind of what you have, that's kind of what I have. And people that are very self-aware, very analytical, very observant, we have the magic glasses, because we can't help but, like, you come upstairs, you see someone over there, nice to meet you, stuff like that. We can't help but do those things. Yeah. Someone else, they don't have the magic glasses. They've almost got blinkers on. They got blinders on. So they're just going where they're going. They're going where they're going. I don't care about the homeless guy. I'm going with I don't care about that chick. I'm going with my guy. I don't care about that chick trying to get her pushchair on the bus. I don't care about that. I'm going where I'm going. We can't help but go, do you want a hand? Yeah. Do you need help? Yeah. Is it okay if I do this? Yeah. Like getting permission, manners. We can't help but do these things. So that's basically what the magic glasses is. It's also when you see, like, you ever watch a show? I don't know if you watch it. You might be with your girl, you might be with your boys, and you're watching the show, and you go, did you notice that? And they go, what? And you're like, didn't you see when he moved the thing over there because he realised that the chick was going to do?
Yes.
Like, what are you talking about?
Those small details we tend to catch.
Mad small. Small. You just agree. Go, no, he literally moved the cushion so that, because he knew the baby was going to drop, but he didn't want to say nothing because he didn't want to make her feel embarrassed, so he just done it subtly. And they go, let me watch it again. And they watch it again and go, oh shit. How did you notice that? You just said, I don't know.
You. It's like
help.
and you hit it on the nail. We really do have those magic glasses, and I get it. For me, like I get it from my great grandmother, Josefina Rosario. Jeez. She was a lady that used to heal sick kids in the neighborhood in my old apartment in the project. So people, and this is back in the day. She lived to be 103.
Jeez.
So people used to come to the from the neighborhood used to come to the apartment with broken arms, broken wrists, sick babies, and she used to have remedies. So my mom would tell me these stories as I got older. Mind you, my great grandmother transitioned. I never say died. I say transitioned because I believe people go into a different realm. She transitioned when I was only 3 years old. My relationship with her is spiritual. It's not physical. I never had like a real physical interaction with her. Everything's spiritual. So I feel like the work that I'm doing now, the person I am now, is a reflection on who she was. And she's living through me right now.
It's incredible that you say that because my granddad is 91.
Ooh.
I was talking about my grandma yesterday as well. And I look at both of them. This is on my mum's side. I look at their personalities and how life was for them back in the days, like you said. Yeah, remember they're like in Jamaica living, through and through. And I look at their personality, and I'm looking at myself, and I'm like, I can see shades of my granddad in me, but I can also see certain shades of my grandma in me too. Like, she's a character, but she cares about helping people, like you said. Like, she cares about healing people. I'm not gonna come on here and say I'm a healer.
Yeah, me neither.
But with the power of the magic glasses, you almost inadvertently become that friend of, yo, Cam, I was thinking of this idea, like, what do you think? And people float stuff by you, and you start to notice, oh, raw, they trust my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, they actually care what I think.
Yeah. And they listen, and you made them feel better. So it's like it goes down to this. Interesting. I feel like we in such weird times. You are a healer because you can do that, but it's like so unfortunate. And with like this is what the way we are. We can't even say that without people feeling like, but you are though. That's the crazy thing. If I could talk to you and you feel good about yourself, then that makes me a healer. It doesn't have to. I don't have to be a doctor to heal you,
bro. It's
like talk. Oh man.
No, but see, like this is why we're laughing because. What we're doing is we're being aware of the conversation we're having, but we're also aware enough to know that, like you said, people are going to watch this. There's going to be someone that comes across this and goes, them man are chatting shit. You lot ain't healing no one. What qualifications have you got? Who have you healed? Show me the video.
You're not a doctor. You didn't go to school for this.
Obviously, we're not necessarily like honing in on that part of it. We're just talking about how someone feels after the conversation they have with you and the rapport that they have with you, and why, as you said, it's hard to even accept it in ourselves. Yeah. But we do understand we have a bit of a responsibility to make sure we check in on people. We know that, as they say, God gives the toughest battles to the hardest soldiers. Yes. You start to realize maybe I'm one of the hardest soldiers, and that's why I've been getting these tough battles. So and
it has nothing to do with like any system, no school system, education system. It has nothing to no doctor. That has nothing to do with it. And sometimes people got to relate something to something for it to make sense.
Well, how are you from New York and I'm from London, but we
here.
Did you get it? So anyway, let's talk about why you're so positive, Mr. Positive. Why do you feel the need to push that energy so hard? And before you even answer that, when I scrolled through your Instagram, because remember, obviously, I met you the last pod. Yeah. And then I went through your page and stuff. I was watching some of your videos and I was like, every other video, he's talking about how you can change your perspective to do something good. Like, oh yeah, you may start here, but you can still do that. Yeah. Oh yeah, you may have just had that, but you can still do this. Yeah, but you may have expected, because you're always, like you said, ridiculously optimistic. Yeah. But why?
Man, that's a good question. I mean, you know, growing up in my community, in my neighborhood, you realize that negativity is highlighted, even with, music and everything. You realize that the negativity is highlighted. And, when I moved out at 22 years old. I moved out by myself, got my own apartment. my perception started to change. I started just to see the world from a different awareness point. I used to go back to my neighborhood. First, I was in my neighborhood. Then I used to go back and I used to be like, wow, there's definitely like an energy difference, right? And then I realized that I play a major role. You know, I play a major role from when my friends step outside of there, they feel comfortable. Because I remember being at that point when I was in, you know, in the projects, I didn't feel comfortable to leave. And, you know, and I always been like that since I was younger, like just extremely positive. I always laughed about things. I just seen things like in a light, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
And I've carried that my whole life. And I realized that's something that we need. You know, it's so easy to find negativity. It's so easy to fall into the negative conversation or to be mad at something. Bro. People watch sports and find a reason to be pissed off. Like and I remember like, cause I'm a LeBron fan. I remember like talking with my boy and he's a Golden State fan and he would say, oh, I hate LeBron. And I'm like, I hate Kerr. And I'm like, it was one time we had a conversation. I'm like, whoa, I don't hate nobody. Whoa, we got to stop this.
You see, yesterday, it's on point, trust me. Yesterday we was talking about Nines, his album, and we was talking about Pot of Paper, his album. And I literally said verbatim, why do people feel the need to say, oh, this one compared to that one, but he didn't do this one and that?
Yeah.
No,
instead of enjoying the craft.
You can just say, that was great.
Yeah.
That was also great. That was also great. In their own right. Yeah. And just let them be great.
Yeah.
Like you said, like you don't have to pit people against each other. If we wanted this podcast to go viral, all we'd have to do is start fighting in it.
Oh, easy. That's all. Easy.
Just start fighting.
Talk about something negative, this is going viral.
Say something mad, talk about personal, break a couple of bits of equipment. We get thousands of views. But there's a high chance that because of the energy that we're putting across to the viewers and listeners right now, there's a high chance that we're not going to get maybe what that would have got views-wise.
Big time.
Because of that. Yeah. Because we're talking so much good shit. And like you said, you grow up in the ends, the projects, and you say to yourself, like, that's not normal. I thought it was. I thought, like, this is normal to, like, oh, who does he think he is? And I thought that was normal. You go places, you notice how people treat you, and you say to yourself, nah, this isn't normal. Like, people don't wake up and look for something to tear down or cuss about.
Or you get, like, you know, being on straight, like, survival mode. And I understand because I was there and I get it. Bro. But this is not normal. We got to change that. And for me, like, I like when people feel good. Like, I like good energy.
Brother.
I like smiling and laughing and joking and you know, just... Somebody told me this, bro. I consider him like a grandfather, like a mentor, and I hope he gets to see this. He said something that will forever stick with me. He said, life is like a well, you pour some in, you take some out. And that's how I've been approaching my life. Just pouring into people, and then, you know, when it's time that I need it, you know?
I think your perspective is very refreshing and it's infectious. And like you said, we need more people in our vein to cut away the BS, cut away the, but you got a different accent or you dress like, cut away all of that. Yeah. Find the things that you have common ground on. Oh, right, with this shade, okay, cool. If you went into that shop, they would treat you the same way. Okay, cool. Like, you're from this background as well. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Let's come together, bro. Like, this whole... Look, the thing is, the pod is called More to the Ends. There's more to life than the area you're from.
I love it. I love that name.
Look, and funny enough, there's been times where I thought to myself, oh, maybe the name is kind of stupid. Maybe it doesn't really make sense. What would Americans think?
Yeah. That was a conversation with your other self. Yeah.
And then I realized, no, every person that I've told the name and I've said the tagline of there's more to life than the area you're from, they also understand why I called it More to the Ends. Because, there's the ends, there's the hood, there's the projects, the gully, the trenches, whatever you want to call it. But there's more to that. Yeah. There's more. I even said on this podcast before that I could have grown up in New York. Yeah. My mum applied to go to America and they said no. But my aunt's in America. I think she's in Florida or something. And my uncle's in Canada. So all it took was whoever looked over her papers to say, actually, we don't mind this Jamaican woman coming to this country. and all of a sudden there is no more to the ends. Maybe there is more to the ends, but it's not me. It's someone else. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's how my brain,
yeah. Because there is so much more to the ends. There's so much more. Like there's so much more. Extraordinary individuals that come from that. Because a lot of times people look at people from the projects from the outside looking in and be like, look at them, they're a waste, or they're not going to amount to anything. But there's so much more to it. So when I hear more to the ends, I think about growth.
More.
There's more.
Abundance. That's what man's pushing. You said survival mode. How about abundance mode? That's what we're on in it.
I like that. I like that.
How long are you actually in the UK for though?
So I'm here. The crazy thing, I'm here till tomorrow. Then I go to Sweden and then Budapest and then Germany.
You're doing up gypsy traveler.
Yeah. I like to travel. Like when I travel, I like to like.
That's cool.
The last time I came, that was my first ever work trip. I worked like my brother was like, I need you to do the camera work.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? Let me lock in. This is not a vacation.
This is what
I'm gonna carry the camera. I'm gonna edit. Like a lot of the content you've seen at that time, I was editing. I was doing it myself.
Right.
I'm just trying to play my part within his, within his with his team, with his dream. Because one thing I want to shout out to my brother real quick is the fact that man loves music. I remember vividly, it was around 9/11 time, and he came back from Rhode Island, and he bought the Blueprint. Remember the Blueprint album?
Yeah, of course.
And every night he would play that whole album from top to bottom. And I felt at that time, and I go back, that was like the most bonding time I had with my brother through music. And to see him do this now, to get on his YouTube channel and be consistent at it, that dude literally loves what he does so much that when I try to give him advice to like switch it up or whatnot, like he's not hearing that because it's like he's in passion mode. Like he just loves it. He's not thinking about views or whatnot. He's thinking about like, yo, I want to get on it. I want to talk to the people about something I love. So I gotta just shout him out to see like his growth and see him doing it. So I just had to do that one time for the big bro.
While we're talking, I'm gonna get the editor to slap up his channel here and everyone else's channel as well here. But yeah, like as I said, certain things are infectious, and that's why it was important for me to link up with you guys and even link up with you today, because I'm a man that I see stuff and I can kind of I just know what's thorough, and you're just trying to get the views so that you can switch up and do your own thing. Like I've seen it. Like
you've seen it all.
I've seen it all, bro. Like even though I'm young, I grew up on the internet.
How old are you?
I'm turning 29 in 2 months. Exactly.
Very young.
Yeah. But I grew up on YouTube. Like I grew up before YouTube was a thing. Before you knew what a YouTube star was. Before KSI was a person. Before Logan Paul was. Before all of the stuff, I used to watch YouTube. That Charlie bit my finger. All of these stupid videos.
Legendary.
Yeah, like dumb videos. I grew up on it, so I've seen so many people come and go. And the one thing I've realized is, if you stay true to yourself, you have nothing to worry about. Because I don't have to pretend to be me. I'm me, innit? Like, this is, and I've said this before on the pod, this is why I called myself Big Cam. I'm clearly a big guy. My name's Cam. Not Cameron, but my name's Cam. I don't need to be, I don't know, fucking...
I get it.
Dagger 22 or whatever. Like, I don't need to be a made-up character, because I'm me. So when you come... You talk to me, when you see me, you see me. When you hear me, it's going to be me authentically every single time.
I can tell you are a type of person that knows himself.
Yeah, for the most part. I'm still on a journey.
But it's like...
For the most part, I know me. Yeah.
It's like, when I met you, like you walking in your truth, like, I don't know. There was some, like, there's like realism about you. When I first met him, like, yo, he's solid.
Bro, this is what I was saying about what you have to lose. Like, what do I gain by portraying I'm some sort of tough guy or gangster? Even I said it. I ain't a tough guy. I make everybody laugh. That's me, bro.
Yeah. You could be a security guard.
But I will still
be you.
Be me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You're still gonna get jokes. I can still get serious.
Yeah.
I can still be assertive. But I can also still be laid back.
Yeah.
And that's me as a person. I'm not really into the trying to portray that I'm some trap god or I've got loads of money or whatever. Because what I also understand is that none of that stuff means anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like when you die...
And then crazy, going back to that conversation portraying something, the whole John Morant situation. I don't want to get too...
bro.
I just want to say something real quick. It is extremely hard because I'm someone that... So I started a company and I teach mindfulness and meditation to young kids. Mm-hmm. John Morant is someone that these young kids look up to, like really look up to, like big time. He makes it difficult for the person like me that's trying to make the difference, like the small little difference in these kids' lives when he does antics like that. I'm not here to bash him. It was an unfortunate situation. I just hope that he makes better decisions because there are young kids that are trying to make it out that need positive role models on that screen. They're not necessarily looking at me. I could do as much as possible, but they're not looking at me.
Well, let's be honest, and this goes back to the name of the pod, what we're doing and what we're trying to push.
Mm-hmm.
When I had the idea of doing a podcast with the man then, one thing we had, before we even decided what we was going to talk about, is whatever it is, it needs to be pushing something positive. Yeah. Full stop. Mm-hmm. So we came up with more to the ends because we want to push that there's more to life than the area from, blah, 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 blah. Mm. But like you just said, we know that people, especially the younger lot, they're not really looking at maybe myself or yourself. Mm-hmm. They're looking at, for example, in the UK, like sports stars, it might be like a Rashford or Jadon Sancho. These are young soccer footballers that a lot of maybe black, underprivileged kids or whatever look up to and say, like, I want to be like him. Mm-hmm. Now, unfortunately, they may not like it, but they also have the responsibility of you can't do certain things because a lot of the young G's are looking up to you lot. Yeah. And when you lot do certain things, you normalize it and make it cool. Mm-hmm. I don't want the next Jay Morant or John Morant or the next LeBron or the next Steph Curry. I don't want none of these next ones to look at certain guys and think, like, it's cool to have $1 million contract but be flashing guns and a whip. Yeah. That's not cool, bro. Yeah. Like, you're hustling backwards. Yeah. You're in a crazy privileged position and you're chucking it in the bin.
Yeah. And then you got a whole generation, let's say, there's kids around, let's just say 14 to 17. They're going to get older one day, right? And these tapes are going to constantly replay in their mind, and then they fall into the system that we wasn't built to win. So please, if John Morant could see this in this moment, whoever's watching this, just know that you play an important role and just put the cameras down. If you want to make any decisions, at least put the cameras down. Do that in your own space because there's so many young kids that are watching you and you make it hard for us. You make it harder.
I think what that also shows, and I think, who is it? I forgot who said it. Or maybe it's just a YouTuber that I saw. They were basically saying whoever's in their camp, it might have been Charleston White, I'm not gonna lie. But they said whoever's in that guy's camp, they're working against him. And these are also the things that you have to be mindful of.
Watch the company you keep.
People around you that you think, my boy is down for me, like he's backing me, like, that's all great, but why is he recording you do something mad illegal that could jeopardize your whole livelihood?
Good. Not safe,
that's
it's
not what
smart.
Friends do.
Yeah.
Do you get it? Like, if I went on live now, and I saw one of the man them doing something that could incriminate them, I'm messaging them or phoning them straight away and saying, yo, bro, get the hell off. Like, what you doing?
People like that, you got to appreciate the most, right? Course. Like the people that do that. And sometimes I realize maybe in his situation, he's telling them, don't tell me what to do. But you got to listen to these people because they actually care.
But you know what's even more crazy about that? It's all great while you got the money.
I know.
It's all everything. Everyone's your friend. Everyone, come round. This party there. It's all great. Watch when you're down.
Yeah,
who's gone around then? Mm-hmm. Who's really saying, yo, like, I know I haven't really seen you online or like outside. Like, you cool? Mm-hmm. Because that's what I came across as I got older. That I started to realize, I remember when I was doing maybe decently financially, and there was quite a lot of people around, and we go to that party and you link those girls and blah, blah, blah. When the noise stops and now you got to get a real job and make legit money and do normal things in life.
People disappear.
Where are all these people?
Yeah, and it happens so often.
They go. Right. Man, look.
I had to segue into that.
Listen, this pod, like I usually this happens whenever we had guests on. I always say this is a great episode, probably one of the best. But that's how I feel because it's all organic. Yeah, like it's literally like it's not planned. Like I might make notes and we arrange to meet up, but it's all organic. The conversation flows organically. In fact, if it was up to me, I'd probably stay here for another hour or two. Yeah. Obviously, we're running the studio time, so unfortunately, we can't do that. But you've inspired me, and somehow, some way, I need to go to New York ASAP.
Yeah, you good. So whether that's... and you get on my podcast 23. We just started it. It's in the community, in the neighborhood. The goal is to spark the brain that will change the world. So we record our podcast in the projects, in foreign projects, and we have some of the young kids come by to watch it. And we want to get good people like you on that are doing something different, right? You are you're a journalist. I don't even say content creator no more because you're a journalist because you're digging into the minds of people and you study things. So you're a journalist. So I would love to get you on. That'd be so fire. And another thing that I'm working on, my ultimate goal is to build this business out. TLT, True Life Tranquility, and I want to get into public school systems to help young Black and Latin men and women with mental health issues. I teach mindfulness classes to young kids, 14, like between 10 and 14 years old right now. I want to expand that to get to older ages, and that's my mission. I want to do it internationally. I want to come back here in London and go to a school and do a mindfulness session.
We can definitely make that.
We could set that up. I would love to do that because we need it, right? Yeah, bro. And it's important to start early. Like if you have brothers, sisters, kids, start early with them, have conversations, be centered.
So what grade is age 10 to 14?
That
what
is that if I'm
because over here we don't say grade, we say year, so that would be like or grade.
I think like it might be like third or fourth if I'm not. I think so, honestly, because it's an after school program.
Yeah, because I was gonna say for us, you said 10 to 14. I want to say that's like years 6 to
6th grade.
Yeah.
So then I say 6th grade. Then it's like 6th grade. I don't want to get this wrong. They're probably like, well, you don't know.
No, bro. Yeah. From the system.
Yeah.
I haven't gone to college in like 12 years. So.
It might be like 6th grade if I'm not mistaken.
But those are key ages because I remember vividly that it was year 5. It was still school mode, happy, lucky, no issues. I don't know what gangs are. That summer. We came back. There was 4 black youths. 2 of us black youths ended up learning about gangs and that. Yeah. And one of them was right in the thick of it, and one of them was about to get in the thick of it. And me and my other boy, we knew about it, but we wasn't joining nothing. And I realized, okay, it's about to get techie. It's about to, like, you're going to have to be paying attention when you go to get food from the shop or you go to certain, you're going to have to pay attention. So those ages, like, 10, I would even argue
because you're like, maybe even younger than that, right?
Even really younger than 8.
Because that 9. Sponge and I've had conversations with young kids, and this is before we go, this is what sparked everything with me. I taught my first class. I was nervous, right? Like I worked on the curriculum. I had the idea, and I asked one of the kids, I'm like, how do you, what happens when you're angry? What do you do in those situations? And or if you're like upset? He said, I hit people and I punch people. He didn't even like that was that was his first answer. Violence. And at the end of like the whole mindfulness session, I do an affirmation, and I tell these young kids, with my mind, I can do anything. Because I want them to understand that you can think your way out of situations. You don't have to be physical about everything. You know, bro. You can think. You can take a step back, think about it, maybe have a conversation, and then get through the situation. So I say it like it's an affirmation. I say it like 5 or 6 times, and I make them say it loud to the point where people next door are like, what are they doing over there? I make them screaming out loud to remind them to believe, and it's conditioning in their mind. Affirmations.
Bro, I have to big you up here on the serious level, because what I realized growing up is there's just certain things you never said. Like you said out loud, I believe in myself. I know I can do this. There's a lot, even I posted it a couple of days ago, an Avellino song. I forgot what the song is. I think it's Through My Eyes. and he was saying self-sabotage. I told myself that I wouldn't really do anything. Mm-hmm. That's where it starts. You kind of, you're conditioned. Like everyone else says you're not going to do nothing. So you say, yeah, I probably won't do nothing. Yeah. So then you just do nothing.
Even down to like, this gets me the most, bro. When parents say, oh, he's just being bad. Oh, he's bad. He's bad. You're not realizing that you're conditioning this kid to believe this. I've seen it so many times where I went to school with them and friends still to this day that there was conditioned at a young age. People say, oh, now you being bad. You being bad. Get older. Adults now are in jail because they believe that their whole time that they're bad. In reality, you're not. Nah, you was just doing something that was out of the ordinary, and no one checked you on it. No one said, you know what, just chill. Like you're a good kid. You're a good kid. Imagine telling a bad kid constantly he's a good kid.
Bro, so before we cut, I worked in my old primary school. I think that would be junior school for you guys.
Okay, junior high school. Yeah.
And I used to see a lot of kids, and I used to look at them, and I used to think, this is crazy looking at kids and knowing the mold of what they're looking to take. Like, you can see, you're naughty, but you're also playing up because you want the attention and stuff like that. And obviously, some teacher or some elder is saying to you, you're just that naughty kid.
Yeah.
That's not really you, though.
No. Not at all.
That's not like, because someone's told you that, you just now, I'm the naughty kid.
Yeah.
I'm the one that's tasked with disrupting the class.
And you're replaying what you see.
I would admit that I became a class clown because of stuff like that. Like, because I knew that if I make people laugh, then I would get attention. So, well, I guess that's my way of doing this stuff, innit? His thing is being naughty. Her thing is being the it girl.
Yeah.
Like, you assume these characters, but the truth is, I'm not a clown. I can make people laugh, but I don't want you to laugh at me as a person. Do you get what I'm saying? There's a difference.
Nah, it's real. Like, that's real.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But listen,
it got deep, man.
Listen,
I appreciate you, bro. Real talk.
I can't lie. We're just doing pods for the ages. Like, people are gonna look back at these shows that we do, and they're gonna go, "Wow!" Like, in 2023, these guys were really
This I feel like what we just did was a masterclass, and people gonna take gems from it quietly and use it in their life. We don't need the shout out. We don't need the like, but just take the gems that we spoke about today and just apply it to your life and just share it with others. That's it.
Don't get it twisted. Like, comment,
do that.
Subscribe, follow up the thing. Check out my channel.
Yes, Sofargone.
Check out the man them.
Yeah.
As you said, like, we don't need the extra. Yo, like, I saw this podcast more today. We don't even need all of that. That's cool, man. I don't need all of that.
It'll happen naturally.
Yeah, like, I'm more excited at the fact that we have agreed that I'm flying over at some point. And
you good.
Like, that's more what,
you good.
That's what I do.
Yeah. You come to New York, baby.
More to the ends, New York. I done told the man them. Like, you get me? Like, so yeah, no, man. It's one for the ages. I'm proud of this pod. I'm proud of this specific podcast as well. And I'm proud of you, bro. Like, as I said, your energy is infectious.
Likewise.
You don't even know the day that I've had. I'll tell you that off camera.
Yeah.
But, like, as you said, the universe works in a way where you might be feeling low or whatever, and then the universe, or God, or Allah, whichever way you want to see it, sends someone that says, you was feeling low? All right, here you go.
Yeah.
You have, it's impossible now.
Yeah.
And your energies are just high, man. So hopefully the people listening and watching was like, yeah, this was some good shit, man. They wasn't talking no.
And I look at it like too, but before we go, we got it's bad moments, not bad days. And a lot of times we have bad moments and then we say, oh, I'm having a bad day. No, you had a bad moment and you carried that energy. You carried that thought.
That's very real. That's very, very real. Bad moments, not bad days.
That's how we going. That's how we going to close it.
My bro.
Appreciate you, bro.
One for the ages,
More
man.
To the ends.
More to
like,
the ends.
subscribe, comment. We love you guys.
Gang shit. We're gone. Bullet. Man.
That was...
Bengal will do everything else.
That was legendary, bro.
Nah, man. That was real shit, bro. I was saying to you that... you don't even know the day that